Is the U.S. really forcing Mexico to buy genetically modified corn? A trade dispute just escalated, raising big questions about food sovereignty and corporate influence. Let's unpack exactly what's going on. Yo, welcome back, guys. Glad to have you here. Yo, seriously, it's awesome having you guys here because everybody in my personal life is just about tired of me talking their ear off about all this stuff. So it's great having these conversations, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And yo, guys, let me know what you think about the U.S. literally using the courts to force Mexico to buy our genetically modified corn. I mean, you guys let me know what you think. Are you okay with it? Me personally, if it was something else, I might be more okay with it than if it was a genetically modified food. I got all kinds of opinions. I'm going to share with you guys exactly what I think is wrong with these genetically modified foods and exactly why I think it's a problem. They represent so much of the agricultural industry right now. But yo, let me know what you guys think because as always, this is just the start of a conversation, man. But we got a video to jump into to let us know exactly what's going on. I appreciate you guys being here. Let's see what they got to say. And yo, guys, if you like the content, please like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell. I appreciate you guys. Let's see what's going on.
I'm Clinton Griffiths. Another trade dispute is brewing between the United States and Mexico. The latest tiff is one that has been in the works for the last 2 years regarding Mexican imports of U.S. corn. AgDay's Michelle Rook has the very latest.
Clinton, Mexico has confirmed that the country does not plan to amend its
2 years ago before this video was 2 years ago, and this is just being resolved now. Man, dude, sometimes this stuff takes so long to go through the courts, doesn't it? Wild.
Ban on imports of GMOs that is set to start in 2024. Mexico's deputy ag minister saying the country is on track to cut its imports of U.S. yellow corn by half through increased domestic production. Mexico is a top customer for U.S. corn, accounting for 20 to 25% of U.S. corn exports annually. So this is a huge issue. Mexico is backtracking on their reassurances made a year ago that they would not limit imports of GMO corn from the U.S. Instead, they say they'll make direct deals with farmers in the U.S., Argentina, and Brazil who produce non-GMO corn to supply their needs outside of domestic production. However, market experts say this is simply not doable.
We've heard the story for the past.
Why not work with them to make this doable? I'm just not understanding why we have to force genetically modified corn down people's throats. They said, hey, we'll buy non-genetically modified corn from you. I mean, dude, you know what trips me out, man? They used to have to label genetically modified corn. I used to be able to go to the grocery store and grab non-genetically modified corn tortillas from I love tacos, man. I like making beef tacos, right? Dude, now it's impossible. Now there is one little organic mom and pop grocery store that's got corn tortillas, non-GMO, regular organic corn tortillas, because apparently that's the only non-GMO corn tortilla you can have now. Okay, it's ridiculous, dude. These subsidies, man, it's not healthy for people. It's not right. It's not good, man. We gotta stop it, bro.
Past 2 years, we all understand from the U.S. grain market perspective, we simply don't think it's going to be realistic. Mexico gets about 92% of their corn from the U.S., 15 million tons annually. And of our GMO corn, that's about 92% of our product.
In fact, 92% of the world corn supply is GMO. So Nelson says South America will have difficulty guaranteeing that volume of
This is especially ridiculous when you understand the fact that genetically modified crops produce no heirloom seeds, and so you're stuck in this cycle of debt to the producer, right, Monsanto. And then on top of that, dude, the crop yields, study after study that I've seen have demonstrated that those were some corporate funded, the way they tried to establish that you get more crop yields. All of that is false bananas, dude. I'm telling you right now, it's a scam. These GMO seeds, these GMO crops, dude, and they do it so that they can spray glyphosate down, so that they can kill all these animals and not animals, but you get what I'm saying. All the insects and everything. Yo, they want to be able to spray these disgusting chemicals all over the food, and then have the food not be destroyed by it. And so they gotta genetically modify the food. So now they're coating foods in poison. Anyway, look, that's getting deep into stuff, man.
Non-GMO product.
Now, you can certainly argue that Brazil is going to be much cheaper than us right now, actually, to cargo up in. But the question is, do they have the supplies of non-GMO corn that can be verified?
Mexico claims their decree is not in violation of the U.S. Mexico-Canada agreement, saying the country was under no obligation to buy and grow GM corn. But officials with the National Corn Growers Association disagree.
There are numerous violations under Section 31 of the U.S. Mexico-Canada agreement, if you want to get technical, part of which, if you're going to reject an application from an R&D company for whatever biotech product, then you need to do it with some kind of sound scientific basis.
Kelly says this is potentially
part of the agreement of the USMCA is that you cannot deny a biotech product without some sort of scientific so it's assumed that this new biotech product is just, you automatically need to buy it unless you have a reason not to. Unless you can prove to us you don't have to. That's insane. That's insane. Dude, what kind of neoliberal corporatist bull? This is what I'm talking about, right? Because, dude, in these trade agreements, because we were all upset about NAFTA, I'm sure USMCA was a better deal for the U.S. than NAFTA. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how these lobbyists work their way in so that corporations supersede governments, and they're able to shove this poisonous crap down people's throats. And now the whole system is set up where they don't even need to put labels on this stuff anymore. So now they're going to sue you if you don't put it on the market. And they're not going to tell anybody, they're not going to inform any of the customers what's in what's what. Dude, this is crazy, man. It's not right.
arbitrary and capricious, and they're calling for trade action.
We need the U.S. trade rep, who's the chief negotiator for the Biden-Harris White House, to file a case. We think it's maybe not a layup, but certainly an easy, you're inside the free throw line in terms of winning the case.
And it's not just a ban on GMO corn. Mexico is also moving
Well, it turns out he was right. They won the case.
ahead with their ban on corn produced with herbicides like glyphosate and glufosinate, which Kelly says is also a violation of U.S.
Hold up, because we're talking about glyphosate. Let's just back this up super fast, because here I am being an idiot, pausing it left and right. What were they saying about glyphosate? Hold on.
GMO corn. Mexico is also moving ahead with their ban on corn produced with herbicides like glyphosate and glufosinate, which Kelly says is also a violation of USMCA.
So now they're trying to use the courts to force people to buy food. We were just talking about this stuff, right? Well, we're going to talk about exactly the impact glyphosate has, all right? But this is insane. This is insane. I can't believe that. Dude, this is exactly how corporations are going to supersede government power through these types of treaties, these types of international treaties that violate state sovereignty. And sure, we love nationalism and everything. Look, I'm America first, okay? I don't think America first involves letting Monsanto scam our farmers with non-heirloom seeds, okay? I think that that's bad for our farmers in America too. Seriously, man. I mean, look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe giving corporations and biotech corporations this much power over our food, maybe this is a great idea. You tell me, man. Off the bat, I just want you to know I disagree with you. You're going to have to do a lot of convincing, all right? Dude, this is wild. So, this escalated from there, all right? They instead of talking about the dangers of glyphosate, instead of talking about the dangers of genetically modified foods, and maybe not directly genetically modified foods, but the fact that you are designing these foods so that you can coat them in poison, and then you're expecting people at home to know exactly what's involved and having to clean this stuff off when you don't do any communication, any public awareness outreach, anything at all, right? And dude, it's wrong. And instead of talking about all of that, right, they're talking about how it's just like the left, bro. It's just like how the left responds to the right. I'm gonna defame you. I'm gonna lie about you. And then when you try to defend yourself, oh man, I'm gonna come at you. This is how the corporate Borg response. This is how the corporate Borg tries to manipulate and sway public opinion and manufacture consent. It's a consistent pattern throughout. Look at this. You're going to see them right here doing the same exact thing. Instead of talking about why Mexico desires to ban genetically modified foods, instead of talking about that at all, they're just going to talk about, oh man, it's going to hurt our bottom dollar. It's going to hurt our bottom line. How about...
The United States exported 2.5 billion bushel of corn last year. Mexico's been its biggest trading partner, which keeps demand and prices up. But Mexico's president wants to ban U.S. corn.
Oh, it keeps demand and prices up, right? Because the government subsidizes the market so heavily, you got to keep demand and prices up somehow. And so I guess we rely on exports since we make it artificially so cheap to use here domestically. I'm not the most experienced. Maybe I butchered that. But, dude, this is ridiculous, man. Come on, man.
Over its use of biotech or genetically modified grain. Dan Cummins is here with more on what's going on. Dan?
Understandably, corn growers in the states are very concerned. Most of our corn is genetically modified, but very safe. And there's been a trade agreement.
Don't worry about the genetic. It's very safe. Look, man, everyone agrees. Yo, I just want you to understand when I want you to look at my article, the silencing of climate skepticism, okay? And then look at my other article, the bandwagon fallacy, because they go hand in hand, all right? These people, everyone agrees. There's a consensus. I don't give a crap about your consensus, bro. I don't care. Why don't you talk to me about your argument on its merits? And then I will use logical reasoning to determine whether your argument holds water. I don't care how many people agree. I don't care who else gave them degrees. I don't give a crap about all the stupid stuff you're dangling in front of me to try to make me care about, dude, okay? I'm going to use logical reasoning to approach your argument on its merits rather than, oh, let's just gloss over it because everyone agrees it's safe.
For years, first NAFTA and now the USMCA. Mexico and Canada had all agreed to terms. And now this, and billions of dollars are at stake here. Phil Wenig is a third-generation farmer in Wood County. He's worked with the Corn Marketing Board and U.S. Grains Council. Wenig grows corn, soybeans, and wheat. Prices are stable for corn right now thanks to demand for it. Some of his corn goes to the ethanol plants in Northwest Ohio, Fostoria, and Leipzig. The rest of it's taken to local grain elevators.
Are we supposed to feel like this guy's some sort of small farmer? Because this is corporate farming. This is the corporate Borg taking over the agricultural industry. All right? Are y'all, I hope y'all don't think you're supporting small farmers with this stuff, man. All right? Dude, let's have a resurgence of actual small farms. All right? Let's have a resurgence, just like we're having a resurgence of classical liberalism. All right? Let's be done with this corporate crap. But this biotech stuff is exactly how they turn small farms that adopted into indentured servants and how they keep people and small farmers from entering the market. Okay, this biotech stuff is how they prepare the market for being completely absorbed by corporate interest. All right, you're not supporting small farms and farmers with this biotech stuff at all, man. What a scam.
Elevators for sale, much of which will feed the world. So what's GMO corn?
There's enormous amount of science-based facts behind the benefits of genetically modified corn.
Let's not talk about glyphosate. Yo, y'all gotta see the interview. I should have pulled it up for this, man. Y'all gotta see the interview with this massive, I think he was like a Monsanto rep or something, right? And he's like, glyphosate is so safe you could drink it like water, right? And someone pulls up, it looks like water, yo. It's so creepy. Glyphosate, yo, it looks like water in like a video game from 2006. The way it's so trippy, the way it moves in real life. I swear it looks like 3D rendered graphics, like water, but 3D rendered graphics. But yo, man, dude, he pulls a glass of this stuff out, right, in front of the freaking rep, right, and he's like, yo, if it's so safe, the rep had just said it's so safe you could drink it like water, you could drink a glass of it like water. He pulls it out. This rich billionaire guy, right, rich dude, right, in his little suit and tie, sitting on the news, he pulls it out. Hey, you want to take a sip right now? Why don't you take a sip right now? And this dude gets so pissed. He gets so heated. Pretty sure, if I remember right, he up and leaves, bro, because these people are scamming you. These people are scamming you. And this Ohio corn and wheat, yo, you think he's a small farmer? You think this guy's a small farmer, bro? Bet you anything he's some rich kid. Dude, I have no patience for these people. Get your biotech out of our butts, bro. All right? Seriously, we're done. How about we support real small farms, real local industries? All right? This is, man.
Reduces the amount of pesticides, reduces the insect infestation.
Reduces the amount of, no, it doesn't reduce the amount of pesticides. Maybe the number of pesticides that you have to use, because you no longer have to make sure that it's going to destroy the crop. And so you got to, but you're spraying everything down with, yo, man, this is crazy. Now they're trying to ignore the manipulation they're using. I'm getting heated. Let's just.
The seed is resistant to disease and insects, which therefore minimizes the amount of pesticides that we have to put on post-emergent.
The federal
That is extremely dishonest. That is extremely dishonest, all right? Because I want you to, right here. Let's just go over this real quick, all right? Let's just go over this real quick, all right? Real quick. This is exactly why genetically modified foods are so bad, all right? And so when he says they use less pesticide, okay, this is what they're using, and this is what makes it to the table.
Food quality is a big deal today, more so than it's ever been in human history. This is because so much of the food grown today is grown with high levels of chemical intervention. That chemical intervention can be as simple as spraying a particular vegetable or other food crop with high levels of pesticides or herbicides, or it can be through the use of genetically modified food ingredients or processes, which unfortunately have become a major component to our food system today. Genetically modified foods typically have genes spliced into their plant makeup that allows the particular plant to be resistant to something like Roundup, which is also known as glyphosate or an herbicide. Splicing the
We were just talking about that, right? They're talking about glyphosate. Roundup is glyphosate. That is the entire purpose, because glyphosate just kills everything, man. Especially if you eat it inside your gut bacteria. But they're going to get into that. Don't listen to me.
Gene into the plant is really only part of the problem, and a much smaller part of the problem as we understand it today than the actual glyphosate content of the food and what glyphosates do to not only our bodies, but to the body of soil underneath which crops are being grown. Glyphosates, as an herbicide, tend to destroy major families of bacteria within our microbiome, which influence our body's ability to absorb nutrients, to generate anti-inflammatory substances like short-chain fatty acids, and importantly to the soil's health, thereby reducing families of bacteria in the soil which are important for a plant, a fruit, vegetable, or other crop, with which it can take up nutrients from the soil. So using glyphosates and using genetically modified foods unfortunately gives us crops which have less micronutrients in them than ever before, and tends to expose us to very high levels of glyphosates, which have been shown to disrupt our microbiome's health. This is important, and it's really critical that we avoid genetically modified or GMO foods. Look for non-GMO labels and certified non-GMO inspection stickers on foods that you buy on a daily basis. Also, another reason to buy organically grown fruits and vegetables, because unfortunately, people can spray herbicides like glyphosates on even non-GMO crops in an effort to brown them in the field or to speed up the maturation or ripening process of that particular food. So look for non-GMO and organically grown on as much of the food in your diet as possible.
Speed up the ripening process. That's interesting. That's so interesting. We know it kills bacteria. Look, anyway, we got into all of it. We got into why it's bad, right? Well, the U.S. wins their ruling in the trade dispute. So now Mexico's got to buy the genetically modified corn. The United States won a ruling on Friday in a trade dispute with Mexico, which sought to ban imports of genetically modified food for corn for human consumption. U.S. growers who had worried about the potential loss of the single biggest export market for U.S. corn welcomed the decision, calling it a major win. Our government also has a vested interest because of how they subsidize the market. So this whole market, this whole corn market is corrupt. It's wrong. It's wrong, man. Mexico's economy department said it disagreed with the ruling by a panel of experts, but by a panel of experts convened under the U.S. Mexico Canada Free Trade Agreement known as the USMCA, but said it would abide by it. The Mexican government does not agree with the panel's finding, but given that it considers the measures are in question are aligned with the principles of protecting public health and the rights of indigenous communities, Mexico's economy department said. Nonetheless, the Mexican government will respect the ruling. I mean, yo, seriously. I mean, isn't don't they have heirloom corn that's a part of their culture? I mean, that's not what I've heard my whole life, dog. What the hell, man? And now we just like, no, take our GMO sweet corn. Man, it's messed up, dude. Let's see. Mexico's been importing genetically modified corn from the U.S. for years, about $3 billion worth annually. The corn is commonly used to feed livestock. I'm not comfortable with that. I'd prefer to have a whole food chain that's not worried, that doesn't have glyphosate. What is the bioaccumulation of glyphosate? Do we even know for sure? Because it's hard for me to even trust studies when you have massive corporations wielding their money and finances when it comes to this stuff, man. And we know how much the industry. Check that article, the silencing of climate dissent or silencing of climate skepticism. Then check the article bandwagon fallacy, because you will see that those two articles in my mind expose so much of this industry and our medical industry and our science industries in the ways that they try to manipulate us and the way these corporations fund certain studies and things to try to manipulate us. All right. But yo, man, U.S. government's been formally requesting the dispute settlement panel over Mexico's limits on genetically modified corn in 2023. Mexico had long claimed the measures under debate had no effect on trade and did not violate the trade agreement because, I mean, they're going to look. But here's the thing. The U.S. says, yo, we don't have enough non-GMO corn. What are they going to buy all our non-GMO corn? Then that's still not going to be enough. Yo, well, how about we produce enough? Huh? How about that? How about we recognize there's a demand and we then meet the demand in the market? Huh? Where's the come on, man? Huh? Where is the USMCA Trump? Where's the conservatism in that? Right? Let the market decide. Come on, man. That's ridiculous, right? I thought we were going to let the market decide. Oh, and then we got even more, right? High levels of genetically engineered toxins and glyphosate in genetically modified corn pose serious health risk in Mexico. Comments submitted under USMCA tribunal shows U.S. approval of GMO corn was not based on science. So now we are eating stuff here. We're not even healthy out here. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. We're gonna hurt ourselves and hurt them. Come on, man. This is dumb. We need to end. We need to seriously approach Monsanto, because this is wrong. Everything that's going on is wrong. DuPont, Monsanto, they're destroying they're destroying people. They're making people sick with all the things they're introducing into our environments. Friends of the Earth U.S. submitted a brief describing significant new science on the health risks of genetically modified or genetically engineered corn, which the U.S. failed to consider as part of its trade dispute with Mexico. These comments were invited by the tribunal and submitted March 13th and then ignored. In support Mexico's extensive presentation of the science and rejection of the U.S.'s grossly inadequate safety assessments. Oh yeah, but that's totally new, man. The U.S., man, when it comes to food, it's sad. The brief was submitted to the Dispute Resolution Tribunal under the U.S. Mexico Canada Free Trade Agreement, USMCA, charged with determining whether actions taken by Mexico to keep genetically engineered foods or corn out of tortillas and other common corn-based foods violate provisions of the USMCA as alleged by the U.S. Dude, it's so hard to get non-GMO corn out here. I don't even eat tacos anymore, dude. I don't. The local place nearby, they now have a guarantee where they only have organic tortillas. It's not an organic place like that. It's not even like that. But y'all, it's getting so bad with this stuff, dude. And I'm so glad that, Mexico's getting aware of it, because now I'm putting two together. And I'm wondering if that has something to do with them switching over. Because, man, thankfully, I can go there and get an easy taco and not worry about, the ridiculous stuff, man. It's ridiculous, dude. Let's see if they got the science here. The comments show that since the commercial introduction of GMO corn varieties in the 1990s, there's been approximate 4-fold increase in the number of toxins and pesticides used on the average hectare of GMO corn. Oh, but I thought dude said it had to be less. Didn't we play him playing that back to us twice? Dude, these people are lying to your face. And they dressing up like farmers. And they going out here in these interviews and they standing out in front of the freaking big-ass equipment. Dude, they're not the ones using it. You got employees doing this stuff and then going home, getting paid not nearly enough. Oh man, this stuff is ridiculous, dude. Ridiculous. 4-fold increase on the number of toxins and pesticides. No, but they're using less. Because it's all glyphosate. Subsequently, the levels of genetically engineered insecticidal toxins found in GMO corn and grain are 50 to 100 parts per million, up from 2 to 6 parts per million. The average when the limited existing GMO corn food safety studies were carried out 30 years ago. This has gone so far, guys. Yo, can you believe that? 50 to 100 parts per million, up from 2 to 6 parts per million when they first decided, oh yeah, let's switch over to GMO corn. And that's exactly why they decided to switch over. They couldn't use too much because it would kill the crops. And so they switched over because, yo, these new crops, they're resistant to Roundup and glyphosate. You can do whatever you want to these. Yo, you know, they're like a $5 hooker. You can beat them around and they're ready to go for the next John. You know what I mean? Dude, it's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. And we're putting this in our bodies. It's insane. These levels exceeded maximum food tolerances for widely used corn insecticides by 40 to 2,000 fold. The consequences of simultaneous exposures to multiple genetically engineered toxins, along with residues of glyphosate and other pesticides used in growing corn, have not been evaluated. A massive scientific gap in the ability to accurately assess these human health risks of GMO corn as it could be utilized in Mexico. What's more, the health risks would likely be amplified in Mexico as corn is the caloric backbone of their food supply. Okay? Like we eat wheat out here, they eat corn out there. And you guys, this is messed up. This is when you think about the second order effects of what we're trying to force onto these people. I don't understand how we justify this. This is wrong. Like, what we're doing is wrong, okay? I don't give a crap about the USMCA. Sure, great. You know, I'm tired. I remember in 2016, I remember hearing all about it. I agreed at the time, and I agree now with the rhetoric still. I'm tired of being ripped off with these trade disputes, losing billions of dollars every year to Mexico. Do I want to force Mexico to buy genetically modified corn? No, I don't. I don't want to force their people to eat that. I'm not okay with that. There needs to be other changes. When you recognize the market is moving in a direction, dude, just like the same deal. When Harley Davidson wouldn't keep up in the 80s, right? When Harley Davidson refused to innovate with motorcycles in the 80s, right? What did we do? Tariffs on motorcycles killed the motorcycle industry. Oh man, that's awesome. So intelligent. Thank you. Thank you for coming in with your neoliberal corporatist bullcrap and picking your favorites. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. Let the market respond, dude. I'm done with this, man. I've gone on and on and on. Yo, thank you guys for putting up with me. Sorry about all that. Yo, hey, if you like the content, please like and subscribe. But also, check out all the other stuff. I got videos just like this. I will see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you guys being here.